In this video, we're going to cover how you can create pages in Canvas. In Canvas, pages are kind of like a mini website that you can put inside of your course with information for your students, such as a welcome page with details about the course and a page about yourself, or even pages summarizing the tasks and topics for the week as you're going along. In order to get started, as with everything that we create in Canvas, we're going to go to the link on the left that says Pages. So for my course that is in the middle of the menu on the left-hand side, I click Pages. Once I do that, it will list all the pages I currently have. If I have none, it will not show me any page. To get started, just like other types of content in Canvas, we're looking for a black button on the top right corner that says plus page. When I find this button, I click on that and I am now taken to the creation page where I can name this page so that when I put it in a module or I link to it, the students have an idea about what this page is about. For example, I'm going to make a page with instructions for the final essay, for example. And then we have a big box where we can enter the actual contents of the page. So we entered the title, now we're entering the content. It can be text that can be formatted in many different ways, and we're going to go over that. And you can also add in links to other websites or part of your course, links to files, images, you can embed video, all of those things are possible right in here. So we can have all that information all together. So I'm going to start by entering some text already, so we have something to manipulate as we're going through. So I've just posted some text right there so we can work with this. So first off the bat, above this big box are two rows. The first row is very reminiscent of Word. We have size of the font, we have font type, we have bold, italics, underline, the color of the font, highlight color, so we can highlight text as well, subscript, superscript, and then we have the all types of content that we can add or link to. Those are all the next icons, as well as some list options and more. And then we have actual menus above that. The edit menu containing all the cut, paste, those kind of items. View menu where you can make this full screen if you need it to be bigger as you're working on it. Insert, which is very similar to the options we have within the bar itself over here. So we can do it from either insert or from the bar. We can add in links, images, media, etc. We can also have all the formatting options available from the format menu, so it expands to a lot more options than our bar. And then we have tools such as word count, which appears on the bottom right hand corner by default. And then we have table options as well in a table menu. So let's start off with some of the things we can do. As I mentioned, we can put in different size text. So for example, I can put in a subtitle for this page or a heading. And I have two options. One option is to change the size of the font by clicking where it says 12 point. After I've selected my text, I can click 12 point and I can choose a different size. Or if I want this text to be something like a heading or subheading, then I might use the heading styles. This not only keep it all neatly organized just in Word when you're using the heading size 1, 2, and 3 to organize your text, but it also makes it easier for screen readers so that they can identify that this is a heading section, so a new section has started. So I can put, for example, heading 2 right in here, and now the word heading is much bigger and more prominent. The other options, as I mentioned earlier, is to make text bold or italics or underline. How we use that is we select the word or words that we want to change, and then we click on B for bold, I for italics, U for underline. And then to remove it, again, we select the word and click the respective letter again, and then we can remove it. The other options I mentioned is the color of the text. So, for example, I can select some text, and where it says A with the black block underneath, I can select the arrow and choose any one of these colors. So I can make, for example, dark purple text right here. I can even choose to highlight this text. So I'm going to select the same text, and where I have a little highlighter tool to the right of A, and when I click the arrow, I can choose a background color, let's say light yellow. And now I have light yellow background with purple text. I can also create subscript or a superscript right here where it says T, and then it has a superscript 2 right there. I can do that to my text. Another thing I can do to text is I can create bullet lists. So for example, I'm going to select all these different lines over here, and I want these to be a bullet list. Once I've selected them, on the far right corner of the bar is an icon with 3 dots and 3 lines to the right of them. Once I click that, I now have a bullet list. If I wanted this to be a numbered list instead, I just click the arrow to the right of the 3 dots. And now I can choose 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, all those kind of types. I can even still have bulleted lists, but different symbols. So for example, if I wanted squares instead of circles or empty circles, etc., I can choose what kind of bullets I have right here by clicking the arrow to the right of the symbol with 3 dots. And you can see that it helpfully shows me what kind of bullet type I have selected while I am over these particular lines that are a bullet list. Of course, the other thing I can do is, for example, I can indent an entire paragraph or line. So for example, I go in front of this line at the bottom and I click on the far right is a symbol with an arrow followed by lines. When I click this, it moves it to the right. And I can keep clicking it to move it further, or I can click the arrow and now I get a symbol to move it to the left. I get an arrow pointing left. When I click that, now it moves it back. So I can manipulate my text like that. The other thing I can do with the text is, again, in the far right area, the first symbol with a whole bunch of lines through it. If I click the arrow, I can choose to right align or center align my text instead of the default left align text. The other things we can do is we can actually link to content inside of our course or outside of our course. So for example, I'm going to take the words the CSUN library and highlight them. And then I'm going to click over here in the middle. I have a link, a chain link symbol, and I can click the arrow next to it. And again, I can choose external links or course links. For external links, when I click that, I just have to provide the link for this. So let me pull that up. And that is the link. I've put it in there. And then I click done. And now the CSUN library is in blue text with an underline to symbolize this is an actual link. I can also link to items in my actual course. So I'm going to select the word new product, then click again to the right of the chain link icon. I'm going to click the arrow and choose course links this time. And now I can choose, I can link to any of my other pages, for example. So I just click the arrow next to pages and I can select any of these pages. As soon as I click one of these, it will make the link go to that a particular page. I can link to any of my assignments by clicking to the arrow to the left of assignments. Now it's listing all my assignments, and I can click any one of them to link to it. I can do the same with quizzes. I don't have any quizzes in this. I can even link to my announcements, discussions, and more helpfully, I can even link to modules. And lastly, very important, I can link to entire sections of my course. So I can click to, I can have this word go to the assignment section of my course so that the students are taken directly to the assignment section. Or I can link it to the discussion section so that this particular word takes them to the discussions. So let's make a link to the assignments section. So I just click the word assignments, and now this the words new products goes to assignments. So that way you can direct your students to any a part of your course. The other thing we can do is we can link to actual files inside of our course. So let's highlight the word advertising. And this time I'm going to go to the symbol all the way to the right of this blue icon. It looks like a file icon with lines through it. And when I click the arrow to the right of that, I have the option to upload a new document, link to my course documents, or user documents. We're going to choose course documents. And now I can choose any one of these files that I have. I just click the name of the file. Now that word is linking to that, and I can just close this by pressing the X on the right top corner. Now advertising is in blue underlined, so that links to the files. I can also embed images in my course. So let's for example, put an image right below the last line. So how do I do that? To the right of the chain link, there's an icon that is a square with a mountain and a sun inside of it. And when I click the arrow to the right of that, I can upload an image, link to a course image, or to any of my Canvas profile images as well. Let's pick course images. And now it's pulling up any images I have uploaded to this course. So we have the CSUN symbol right here. So I'm going to click the name of the file right below the preview of the file, the image file. And now once I have done that, it is inserted right there where my cursor was. So that's how I can add images to my course. The other thing that we can do is, of course, we can embed media, any media that we already currently have. Even more importantly, we can choose to embed media from, for example, Panopto. So right below this lovely image, we're going to insert a Panopto video right here. So in order to do that, to the right of the blue symbol, there is a plug symbol that says apps. When I click on that, the first time it may show me a full list like this. The more I use them, the more these will show up right there as a list. So let's choose Panopto video at the bottom. We'll click the name. Now it pulls me into my Panopto account. And by default, it shows me the videos that are in this particular course folder, but I can go to my folder and I can choose one of the files that I currently have. I select the file by clicking the circle to the left of the name of the file. And then I can even look over the video embed options. Leaving them as they are works just fine for most circumstances, but you can look at those by clicking video embed options. If you want something different here, you can change them, but these usually work just fine. And then we click the insert button. Once we have clicked the insert button, here is the video from Panopto that we might want to have inside of this particular page. so that you can see that you can include text information, links to files, images, videos, all in one page, so your students have access to all that information in one. The last thing I wanted to mention is that you can also insert equations. You have two methods of doing that. One method is using the equation editor that comes with Canvas itself. So on the far right of this bar over here, you can see there's a symbol that looks like the square, the root of X. We can press that. If that is not showing up, we can also go into the insert menu, and you can see the fifth option says equation. So we can do either methods. And when we do that, we get the regular editor from Canvas themselves, where we can insert equations, building them up using the operators and relationships and all those kind of tools that they have available for us. We can also click Switch View to Advanced to put in code for equations right there. The other option is instead to go to the symbol for the power plug that is to the right of the blue symbol, and we click the arrow. If this is the first time using Equatio, it will not show up in the list. We have to click View All. Once we have clicked View All, we can see Insert Equatio Equation. We can click that, and then we can get the Equatio interface that allows us to put in here symbols, using latex, using sound, handwriting, has all those kind of tools in order for you to insert. So that's another option for inserting equations, but you can also insert equations into your Canvas page. So we can have text, we have images, videos, links to files, to external resources, course-specific resources, all that information in one place for the students. There are a few more options, of course. You can play around yourself with them, and you can find all the options if you access the menus at the top: Edit, View, Insert, Format, Tools, and Table. So all those options are available from those menus. The bar above tends to summarize the most used tools according to Canvas's own research, and will cover most of the formatting and inserting of content type of tools for you right there. And once you have done everything you need to do in this page, you put in all your text or your links, all your media. You have two options on the bottom right corner. You can save the page. When you do that, it will just save it for you and you alone. It will not show it to the students. Or you can choose to save and publish, which means it will save it, but also make it available for the students to see. So once we click Save and Publish, we will see on the an actual preview of what the page looks like. And then on the top right hand corner, we will see published in green with a check mark, meaning that this page is published. If we change our minds, we can always unpublish it by clicking the publish button, which becomes unpublished when we hover over it. So we hover, we click unpublish, and now you can see that the button is no longer in green. It's in gray with a circle crossed out instead of a check mark. If we're ready to publish again, we click on the word publish, and now it says published in green. So we can take it back. We can unpublish pages if we need to work on them or anything like that. But this is one way that you can present a whole bunch of information to your students between text, files, images, video, equations, all those resources. You can put them in these Canvas pages.